Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Money and Markets at the Solari Report. This is John Titus and Catherine Austin Fitz. Do we have a lineup for you? John, tell us our theme.
Did I just pass out and wake up in the 60s?
Wow.
There's so many stories this week. It's like, well, this one's 1961. This one's 1968. This one's 1970. This one's 65. Unbelievable. It's a rehash.
There's a playbook, and they're just running the same playbook. It's incredible.
It is.
It is. It is.
It is.
It's like a rerun. We're having a rerun.
Yeah, it is. And that's, that's not that surprising. And the powers that be, one thing about psychopaths is one of the characteristics they lack is creativity.
Right.
And so to see a rehash like this, to me, given the psychological makeup of psychopaths, is not all that surprising.
Right.
They just keep redoing things over and over and over and over again.
Right.
I mean, remakes the Art of Hollywood. It's ridiculous. They remake stuff that was made 10 years ago now.
Right. It's amazing. It's amazing.
The USS Dwight D Eisenhower leaves Red Sea after failing to stop Yemenis. That's what it was over there for. USS Dwight D Eisenhower and USS Gravely successfully transited the Suez Canal. After nearly 4 months stationed in the Red Sea, the Navy announced on Friday, this battle group failed to halt Yemeni operations against maritime navigation linked to the Israeli regime as operations continued. So in other words, you have these multi-billion-dollar aircraft carriers going over there to stop $1,000 drones from Yemenis, and they can't do it. Consumer-level drones from Yemen beat the USS Eisenhower, okay? The deployment of the Ike Carrier Strike Group on October 13th was primarily focused on participating in Operation Prosperian Guardian, which is now officially dead. Get out. They're gone. They can't do anything.
Okay, so I remember reading maybe 20 years ago an analysis of what it meant to the military, drone technology or any kind of weapon technology that could dramatically impact what a few group of people with something like a drone could do. So micro weaponry and what it would do to the state of play for the U.S. military. That was 20 years ago, John. So a competent military, if they wanted to be able to win in this situation, had plenty of time and could easily, you're always doing that with your nose when you're skeptical of what I'm saying. Is that a signal? So a competent military could have absolutely put together the infrastructure they needed to win at something like this. So you're either back to the Jared Bernstein reason for their failure or something else is going on. They don't want the Suez Canal to work.
I don't know. I mean, to me, you're sending an aircraft carrier that was launched in 1970 to deal with Yemen, who's known to have these basically consumer level drones for a long time. You really think that's going to work? What do you think it's going to scare them? The whole thing was just stupid from the beginning. And the name of it's stupid. Operation Prosperian Guardian. What a dumb name. The whole thing was like designed to fail.
I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it. The U.S. government has lost sovereignty and is being set up to fail.
That's what it looks like. Let's go to pushback at the state level, coming from one of the luminary pushback states, Florida. Florida becomes first state to ban the sale of lab-grown meat. The first bill banning lab-grown meat was signed by DeSantis on May 1st. The bill prohibits manufacture, sale, offering for sale or distribution of cultivated meat in the state. Look at this. This is an interesting little footnote down here. Currently, lab-grown meat is only approved to be sold in the U.S. and Singapore. On the flip side, Italy was the first country in the EU to ban lab-grown meat, a decision made in February 2024.
I mean, if you read the stories of how it gets made, I'm sure if you're on a diet, feel free not to eat for a week after you read that. So, and not to say that industrial agriculture is appealing, right? There's a lot going on in the existing system that's pretty unappealing, but this takes it to a whole new level.
It's Catherine's pro tip of the week. If you're on a diet and you're having struggling with the pain of being on a diet, go ahead and read some stories, read Pharma Food. Gotta have lab-grown meat is
Right.
cultivated. And you'll
Right.
be disgusted and you won't want to eat. Your diet will be great.